Why? What is that about? Live chat is unavailable? There it is. Now it's a live chat available. So, just trying to finish up some stuff I got on this map. Just trying to make some money. Get some stuff going on the fields we own. What's up, Smooth? How we doing? You having a good evening, Smooth? Mentioned could knock out some cultivating a little bit later. Probably take them all and just do them. You're good? Awesome. I knew I missed that little bit. I want it all. I'm gonna do the field. Might as well get it all right. Awesome, man. Good to hear. Good to hear, buddy. There's got to be a setting that I can make that blurriness look a little bit better in the cab. Click on the screens, Looks really distorted. Then it comes in clear, and then it gets distorted again, and then doing good, man. Just watched the LSU game. Tigers won to beat Coastal Carolina. One game away from being the national champs. Can't complain, you know. Cannot complain. This contract gets sold to... Oh, I can do it on here. Iron Ridge Grain. Okay. Not sure exactly how I'm gonna get there. There's a frickin' forest in the way. What's up, Jay Boyd? We're gonna have to, Iron Ridge Grain, tag the place. That's gonna be the place, 7,000 something what feet just to get to it. It's gonna take a while with a truck. Madison Romero. I just hit that big old header trailer. Good evening. Okay, so there is a road here. Okay, let's not freaking run off it, right? I don't know if there's going to be a cut across road right here or what. Sure would be nice. There's a big old forest on the way, huh? Looks like I gotta go all the way around. Bummer. Fueling station here. That ain't a road, though. How the hell do I get to it? I don't know. Maybe right here, is this a road? Maybe. We'll try. We have to try, right? Like a little cut-through road here, maybe. I'll be damned. Gotta be a way. This game wants you to go up and around. What it is. Definitely can't climb that. Right there up that hill. I gotta hit the bridge. It is a pretty good map layout, except that there's not enough roads to cut in between for a big old map, but there are some. You just gotta learn it, but... Oh, did I turn? Oh, I thought I turned too sharp. Well, I'm 1,000 feet away. But yeah, it looks fun. So far so good, you know. I'm having a good time with it. Just dropping a like. Thank you, Herb. Appreciate it. There's oh, up that hill. I just don't understand how I'm gonna get back. There has to be some kind of road up here, but there isn't that I know of. I guess this is the only road in and out of it. It goes in here. Yeah, it goes here. game just turned into truck sim, pretty much. Somewhat. Just without as many good, does this road lead that way? Got to, right? See if we can get to it from this way. Gotta be a shortcut road somewhere right here. What's up, Jay? Oh, y'all are telling each other, hey, alright, cool, cool. Not bad. Don't want to go too fast through here. Here I might wreck. But, I don't know why it's going this way. Gotta be a left turn somewhere coming up. That's not a road. That is not a road. Oh, okay. Dude, these roads don't follow anything that it says on the map. Like I'm going. Where in the world am I? I'm right back where I started. Oh my god, I made a big old circle. What's up, Lisa? How we doing today? Welcome in. I guess I'm just gonna try to go under this bridge. Will it let me? Nope. Man, I swear this game. Gotta go over the track, huh? Yeah, I know this isn't realistic, but you know what? I know this way there, so I'm doing alright. I just finished watching some baseball on TV, and LSU won against Coastal Carolina, so we just need one more win and we're national champions of baseball, College World Series. So that's all we need right there is one. Just one mo. Give me one mo. Reminds me of Ace Ventura. Does it really remind you of that? Funny. I can see the field over there I'm doing off to the right, up top. Way to go, huh? Yeah. I'm excited. Get us 2 national championships in 3 years. That's not bad. It'd be nice. But we still got to win one more, so. We still have one more to go, Lisa, so we're not completely out the woods yet. 2 of them in your room? Huh. Gotta go look on your stream. I left a like. I'll chat with you later. All right. Thank you, Lisa. Appreciate you. You have a good evening, ma'am. Need something to drink. Need me a soda. My throat's fine. There we go. Little pipe in. No, I haven't, Madison. I've heard about them, but I never did use them. Yeah, earlier we did, Jay. Huh. Oh, why? I feel so tired. into it. I don't know where I'm going. I guess I'm lost. I feel so dang tired. Shit, boy. Whoa. I still have frickin' almost 9,000 in here from that contract. That's good. Straight to the farm. Oh. Whoa, 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 whoa. Right, that was nice. That's a little tearing out there. A little tearing out. Field 70 is just behind my field. Field 108 is above it, and the other one is not quite sure. 25. By Judith River. Thought that was it. Mr. PC's back. I don't know how long though, man. I'm feeling tired already, bro. We'll see though. I've almost been on for about an hour now, and just this has got to be filled here, huh? Yeah, this looks like it. Yeah. Just want to make sure this is filled. Oh, it put it down on its own. I didn't even put it down. I guess I did whenever I just hit the unfold button, huh? The difference between unfolding and putting it down, I guess. Thing looks tiny. Man, it's been nice just laying around, but I'm still kind of, like I said, I'm still kind of just, not, not feeling bad or anything, just don't have the will to want to do anything, just want to lay there and be bummed. I don't know. I think I overdid a little bit last night, kind of. Just a little, right? Just a little. What's up, y'all? Mopar, how we doing, bud? What's up? Oh, shit. Just eating? What you eating, man? What y'all eating, man? I just had some Little Caesar's pizza earlier. Actually, eating kind of got me. Kind of got me tired a little. Uh-oh. What happened here? I forgot the GPS just gave up or something, maybe? I'm glad I looked. I think it turns right there, doesn't it? Yeah, we're good. We got it. Sleep, yeah. Yeah, smooth, I'm telling you. I'm gonna sleep good tonight. Oh, you had a sandwich. Sandwich. I had a sandwich earlier, man. It did the job for a little bit, but then I was still hungry, man.
Hey, Cajun, how you doing, buddy?
What's up?
Much. Just in the door.
Cool.
You alright, Cajun?
Oh yeah, just tired. Been lounging around all day and
Aye.
watched a little baseball game a while ago. Watched my team win, so that we got to win one more to win the national title.
Oh. All good then, mate. All good.
Yep, yep.
G'day, Cajun.
Mm-hmm.
One more game then, and then he's winning, is it?
Yep, yep.
Whoa.
They gotta beat
Surprised
us.
you're not-
They gotta beat us twice though, so it's kind of gonna be tough for them, you know.
Yeah.
Surprised you're not bouncing off the walls.
Well,
I would be if that was my team. Woo!
yeah, but I mean, we
Cool.
win it so many damn times. I mean, we won the national title 2 years ago.
Ah, right, okay.
This will be our 8th time since the 90s.
Got you.
Pretty good then.
Yeah, yeah.
You're too good then.
What it is, bro. That's why that's why the nickname of our baseball team is the Powerhouse.
That's a pretty cool nickname.
Yep. And then in our football team, like at our football stadium, it says LSU Tiger Stadium, the place where opponents' dreams come to die.
I love it, love it, love it.
It's awesome. I could tell you one thing, LSU, the thing about Louisiana people, bro, we love to drink. So they got this place over there in Omaha where they're having the College World Series championship at. They have a place called Rocco's that sells Jello shots, and they keep tabs of like who you bought the team, like because the fans go, and they keep tabs of what fans bought however many Jello shots, right? And
Yeah.
and LSU is leading by like 20,000.
Yeah, boy.
Oh yeah. We hold the record from 2023. They hold the record at that place for the most Jello shots sold ever.
That's quality.
I'm telling you, bro. Louisiana don't play around, bro.
So how you getting on with the map?
It's going all right. It's a slow go because it's the beginning of it and it's huge, you know. But it's not bad. I'm just doing contracts here and there.
You needing some backup? Are you in multiplayer or?
I'm in multiplayer, but I'm probably not going to be on much longer, to be honest with you, man. I am so fucking beat.
Yeah.
I stayed up till fucking 6 in the morning this morning, bro. The sun was coming up. I was fucking beat, man. That's why I really didn't get on much today.
You're only young once, like, so.
Shit, I'm not young anymore. That's why I feel it so bad right now. Not
Yeah,
last year, Mopar said.
I know that. Yo, Mopar, Sydney.
Let's see, what did they put right here? How long ago was this? So look, record shots. So LSU, so Tiger fans at Rocco's, if they want to break their 2023 record of 68,888 shots sold, and
Wow.
that's like in 1 week. And
It
right,
must have been a good week.
that's what I'm saying. So LSU was at the #1 spot of the 8 teams in the tournament with 20,279 cups of booze filled gelatin. And then they were very far ahead of the second place team that had only 7,717 shots.
So here, look,
Wow.
you're gonna have to fill me in here, Kate. How does a Jello shot work? Because like we don't do Jello shots in Scotland.
So what they
No.
basically do is they just, they just put liquor in Jello, let it freeze up. Yeah, dude. You know how you make Jello in the freezer or whatever, or in the ice box?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
literally just like put your Jello stuff together and you put alcohol in it. You just let it
Yeah,
freeze.
and
Well,
then you tip it out on the nearest 6.
and you just drink it. You just basically eat it or drink it, whatever the hell it is.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's what they do.
No, the Jello stuff is. I don't think never had Jello.
I don't really care for
No.
it too much because I don't really care about the texture of Jello as a shot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't even really eat Jello just to eat Jello because I can't stand the texture of it. But
Yeah, no, I get you there.
some people
Kate,
like
do
it.
do you like case planters?
Go like what?
Case planters.
Well, I don't
There's a new
even.
case planter what you can download.
Oh, the planter.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
nice one. Mate.
yeah. Well,
Proper
Crawford
nice.
was telling me about it the other day, but I hadn't really messed
Yeah,
with it.
well, I just downloaded it earlier on. There's nothing wrong with it at all.
It's technically the Kins, but as a case, right? I mean,
Oh, it's a lot bigger.
Red, isn't it? So it's
yeah. That's a good color, though. I mean,
Nah, those guys are good modders. So it is early access, so it won't be completely finished. But
oh yeah.
they do highly, like that's something you're gonna notice.
Who's the
now.
people that made the mod?
Custom modded?
Custom
Yeah.
modding.
They do make highly detailed mods.
Right.
Well, like you'll go look at that mod, right, and you'll go look at like the hydraulic hoses on it or something, and you can actually see the like when you look at a hydraulic hose and it's got the writing on it of what sort of hose it is,
Mm-hmm.
you'll actually be able to see that, whereas
Really?
giant stuff you can't see that stuff. That's one thing you're gonna notice with PC. A lot of some of the PC mods are extremely detailed.
Are you actually able to see the stream right now? So
I'm watching.
look, when I'm
Yeah.
in the cab, do you notice how it looks like the computer screens get blurry, then come in, then they get blurry? Is there a way to fix that on here? What would it be?
Just waiting
Just
for
have
it.
to.
Well, it does it all. See, it clears up and then it goes back. I
Like a
don't-
full.
No.
What is that? That is something. I know what that is.
That-
You know.
that-
On you go, Jay.
Mm,
Is that not VSync or something?
mm, I've got my VSync turned on, but there is some
Something.
settings that you can potentially change in the
No, in
graphics
fact,
settings.
In fact, I know how I
Really?
figured it out because I had the same issue. I was seeing the same thing happening with number plates on the back of vehicles. I was looking at number plates and I was like, "Why is it blurry?" And there's a setting that you need to switch off. Let me Google it.
Because I have a V-Sync monitor. Or no, I
No,
have a G-Sync
No.
monitor. My bad, not V-Sync.
Yeah. No, yeah, G-Sync, yeah, I know what you mean.
But
I'm
it
trying to think of that.
but it clears up, then it goes back. It almost seems like it's some kind of rendering thing, or
yeah, no. Give me 2 seconds. I'll tell you exactly what you need to switch off.
Trying to think now. I never had that, but I always myself, Adrian, I do a custom preset myself all the time, for the graphic settings. I'm trying to think which one that is.
What is this a setting? I know it's a setting because I switched it off, and instantly it was miles better.
because whatever does that, it's also messing with like the looks of the pedals. Like the pedals look good and they look flat and they look like they got the little grips on them. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that just be doing the
Yeah,
same thing inside the cab. I've noticed.
that might be something to do with the lens flare. I'm not sure. Wait.
Why am I getting every answer that I didn't get last time?
I tried to look it up earlier, but I don't know if I was wording it right or whatever.
Yeah, I think I might be having the same problem right now.
But it would, to me, it would be a setting like whether that would be something that might be just saying high instead of going a little lower or something. I don't know.
I'm not looking at the graphic settings.
Have you got MSAA on?
MSAA.
Yeah.
What's up, FS? Hold on a second. Let me see.
Or upscaling.
Okay, what's going on with this tracker right now? That's odd. Okay,
Cruise control, isn't it?
hang on.
No rush, buddy.
Well, it's saving right now too, so it's kind of in the graphics setting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you call it? You said
MSAA or upscaling.
upscaling. MSAA, multi sampling anti-aliasing. MSAA to smooth. It's off.
Oh, okay.
You got action. Oh, multi anti-analyzing. You want
TA
that?
should be on. That's off. Okay. No. Okay, that was my first option, buddy. Oh, anisotropic. I think it's anisotropic.
Yeah, you got Anzo. Keep going down, Cajun.
That's
That's
it.
the one I changed.
It only goes to sharpness, upscaling, and that's it. DRS quality, DRS target quality.
Upscaling mode.
That's the bottom of it.
No, anisotropic.
Yeah, no. That aniso, you want? I think it'll be on that.
That's advanced,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Aniso?
How do you go to advanced? I thought it was a button down the bottom.
No, that Vercroft is your complete graphics settings, everything there. The aniso, but it's on 2.
See, these are the render quality things right here.
Okay.
That's it.
Try knock Anzo
Yeah,
2 back one.
Where?
See the Anzo 2 texture filtering.
It says aniso.
Hold up. Aniso texture filtering, yeah. What about it?
I've got mine.
Try put that down one.
Down.
I've got mine on 6, me. I've got mine on 6 or 4, I think I've got mine on.
On one? Or
Go downwards.
Yeah, try it on one and see what happens. The secret with graphic settings is never change too much at once.
Well,
A lot
yeah.
of people will just little tweaks and apply it and see and go back and see what happens. Can you go up the way as well?
Yeah, you can go up that. It needs putting up higher, that, you know.
Yeah,
That's what it'll be.
In fact, put it up to 8.
I put it up to 4K and try number 4 on that Aniso, mate, and see what it does on number 4.
Well, it's still doing it.
Oh,
It's
shit.
still doing
Go up
on
to 8 is 8's what I'm seeing right now. I'm just reading someone's settings, so try put that same one up to Anzo 8 times. Oh, you switched something there, did you?
I'll put it back.
Cool.
Okay. Still. I don't know what it is.
8. Try that, apply that, and see what happens. No, still doing it. And see if you go back in there, Cajun. One last thing.
Let me have a look.
I think you might need to knock the setting above it down one. Which is your texturing.
This?
I'm just waiting for it to catch up on YouTube.
It's on low.
Is it on low already, is it?
No, now it is.
Try low and see what happens. Is it not a medium?
Yeah.
No? Okay, try that and see what happens.
No. Still blurry. I don't know what it is.
What was the answer?
Right. I'll tell you what. Right, Cajun, if you go back into your graphics settings and try putting on DLSS or FSR, well, yours will be DLSS. Try it on that. If you go down to your bottom, go down to the bottom of your graphics settings, what you was on a minute ago, mate. Right down to the bottom.
So set back the one that I've told you to change first.
Where at now? Graphics settings? At the
Yeah.
bottom?
Yeah, right to the bottom.
Stop.
Y'all are up.
Put the low back to high. Change the original settings that haven't
Put it back where it was.
Yeah, exactly.
Low back to high. But I guess back to 2 here.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Just change everything back to normal.
Yeah.
And then that upscaling, where it's scaling mode, put that on the LSSS. Try it on that, and that should change.
On anti-alias or whatever. DL.
Right down to your bottom, Cajun.
DLSS.
Yeah. If you scroll down, keep going to the bottom.
Wait, hold on. Try. Oh, don't. That's the other way. Oh, there's no DLSS.
No, further down. Put that back on thingy, what you had it on originally, Cajun. But if you scroll down to your bottom, leave that on TAA.
Hang on a minute though. Hang on. This is actually the one. Because you're running an NVIDIA card, so NVIDIA card runs DLSS.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, so that needs to be DLAA.
DLAA?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that.
I'll wait until it catches up.
D for dingo.
D.
Well, yeah, I mean, y'all are behind. I have it on there right now.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, buddy.
Oh, you're good. So DLAA, try that, I guess.
Yeah.
Try that and see how that goes.
there is something else you can put on as well
I'm in a tree.
because you got.
I don't know how. I thought I had stopped. Where the hell am I? Whoa, what are those?
Oh.
Definitely not fixed it because I can see them.
No.
What?
Well, there's something else you can. No, there's something else you can change as well. Do you on the actual upscaling? You have to put the LFS on the upscaling, and that might change because you got an Nvidia card, where I'm using AMD. So mine's a bit different.
Yeah, it ain't working. Fuck it. I ain't worried about it. It could stay blurry. I don't need to see that anyway. Ain't that important. It's just a... Oh my god, what is going on? What's going on right here? Oh, no. No. What the fuck is going on? Why is it so slow? Oh my goodness. Alright, I just got it all back to where it was. I don't know why my lines look different now.
It should definitely be on D though, because you're an Nvidia card, aren't you?
Mm-hmm. I don't know, but whatever, something happened and now my colors are different. Like it's not yellow and everything like it normally was. I'm seeing like blue, like little blue check lines on this thing. Something's different. Look at the...
It might be an AMD gear. I thought you were an Nvidia.
No, yeah, it's Nvidia. But you've got another thing as well for texturing upscaling called DLSS for Nvidia, and that's what you would use for an Nvidia card in the upscaling.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you need to put on. That'll help you with the resolution of your rendering if you're certain inside features of screens and everything else and so on. That's what's causing the blurriness.
FSR3 is AMD, isn't it?
Yes, that's AMD.
So what would I have done? What would I have messed with to change the GPS having those yellow outside solid lines and my GPS line being green to being blue with like outline dots?
That's probably the colorblind mode.
Yeah.
I would guess.
That's what I'm thinking.
Remember when I seen you jump into the menu, I said, "Oh, you shifted something there. You might have shifted the colorblind mode there."
Where would that be?
That's probably in general settings.
General?
I never use it.
Yeah, me either. It does make a point of that though, because it is like a blue color. Colorblind mode on. Ah, you're right.
Yeah.
Good call. There we go. Fuck.
You'll get it all eventually, Cajun, mate. You will. It'll all just come.
I mean, I'm not worried about it. Like the blurriness thing really doesn't bother me. I'm gonna make
sure it's fixed tonight. I had the issue myself.
Oh really?
It's that long ago. I cannot remember what I did to fix it. I definitely don't have it anymore.
There's a few people, whenever I did read up on the stuff that I thought was what I was reading about, it almost seemed like they had the same kind of issue too. What's up, nice guy? How you doing, buddy? Yeah, I think I'm gonna be going to bed early tonight, bro. I ain't staying up late. I stayed up so damn late last night, y'all. It was pathetic.
And what time do you actually get to your pit at?
Get our what?
What time did you actually get to your bed at?
Oh God, it was after 6 o'clock. The sun was up. My old lady was up.
It's proper. Look at that. Yeah.
I was drinking.
What?
I was on stream. Mopar had said he saw me in there, and he was like, "Man, where'd you go? You left for like an hour, and your stream was still on, and this and that." I was like, "Dude, I just went outside. Was drinking a beer on the porch, sitting outside because it finally was cool. I was smoking a cigarette, and I left the game on because I didn't know if I wanted to quit or not. Right? So I just left it on." And it was
Right.
early in the morning, so I was like, well, fuck, there wasn't a whole lot of people in there, so I just left it. I was like, fuck it, and I'll come back. If I play, I'll play. It don't pay to just end it if I'm gonna play again, right? Which I did come back and play a little bit, but then while I was outside, one of the neighborhood cats was trying to fuck with our cat, and I had to keep fucking chasing it away, and
Oh Jesus.
because I was sitting outside and I heard a fucking cat fucking like hissing and shit, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" I went around on the other side of my truck in the dark, and what was crazy, it's two black cats, so you can't really fucking see them that good, right? And I'm like, I'm trying to figure
You're
out which
tripping
cat
over
is mine. You know what I'm saying? At that point, and I'm like, which one is? So then I kind of realized because the cat we have has like a collar, but on the very bottom under the neck, it has kind of like a shiny part. And that's how I knew because of the shine from like a glare of the light outside hit it. And that's how I knew. And I was trying to chase the other fucking cat away. But you know how cats are. Once one starts to run, the other one starts to chase. And it's like,
Yeah.
fuck. Yeah, it was a pain in the ass.
I think we're on the right track, but I don't think we've got it completely yet. I'm just looking at what my settings are so that I can kind of.
Hmm. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna be on tomorrow during the day for sure. If I go to bed early tonight,
Right.
because I need to get some rest.
Try,
Like I said, I slept 2 or 3 hours today.
try switch your anti-aliasing to TAA.
It's what it's on right now.
Is it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was what it was on at first. I
Mine's
never
default.
messed. So whenever I put the game on, I never messed with any of those settings because I remember you had said don't really mess with them because you don't have to really, right? Too much.
Yeah.
So I never touched anything in there. I just left it be and left it how it is. I don't know if I don't know if my monitor being an NVIDIA G-Sync would have anything to do with having an NVIDIA also GPU
No.
running. I
It's
don't
all
know.
about your GPU.
Basically, yeah.
The
Right.
GPU
It won't.
depends on what your GPU is used, because like the AMD has FSR3, the Nvidia has DLS.
Mm.
I'm not sure 100% what the other ones are. What's TEA? You know,
That's to do. That's to do more on the side of just the standard basic anti-analyzing software as standard, so to speak. But then with Cajuns, because he's NVIDIA, on the upscaling at the bottom of the graphics settings, you've got a menu what you can change and put it onto DLSS. That is for NVIDIA graphics card.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he's
yeah,
not got turned on.
I'm too
That's
old for that.
that's what you need. That's what you need to turn on, Cajun. Try if you when you go back into your graphics settings and you go to the bottom of that page where I said before,
Mm-hmm.
there is another option under upscaling. You need to swipe over to DLSS. Try that. That might make a
No,
difference.
no. Okay. Right. Well, I'm looking at my settings right now. So jump in those settings. I'm betting it's already on his.
Just waiting for his string catch up.
Yeah. And if upscaling's on, turn it off and see what happens.
It's completely off. Upscaling's off. as
is off
standard,
already.
as standard, your upscaling is
Yeah, it's
always
off.
turned off until you enable it. It's
Right.
off. What you need to
Yeah.
do is put the LSS on. Try that. That's an upscaling for a lower resolution graphics card because it's
Mhm.
It do-
a laptop. It's a laptop graphics card. If you enable DLSS where it says off there, Cajun,
uh-huh.
scroll it over to DLSS.
It doesn't let me get to that.
No, no, no.
No, no,
No,
no,
no, no,
no,
no,
no,
no.
no.
Don't touch that one.
The bottom where it says off, Cajun. I'm upscaling.
Uh-huh.
Scaling mode. That
Turn that
down.
on.
Yeah, turn it to DLSS.
Oh, that. Okay.
No, 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 no. That should be TAA.
I got that right. But it
Yeah, we
turns it
delayed
off.
so.
It turns the anti-aliasing off. If you put automatically, it turns it off. I'm not touching it up
so
there.
Try that. Try that.
It
And
will
see what
do.
happens.
So DRS still stays off and 60 frames per second, max
Yeah.
quality, I guess. Just
Yeah,
See what
just leave it as
happens.
is.
okay.
Hang on.
apply.
I did.
Turn the anti-aliasing off. Yeah, okay. Yeah, try that.
Yeah.
No.
Because it's an upscaling route now.
Yeah, it ain't doing nothing different.
Mm. Well, I'll have another look there, see what I can find. Give me a couple minutes and see what I can find out here.
I had the exact same issue. Everything was blurry. I don't know, but I'm googling it and it's just not coming up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There wasn't a whole lot that I could find on it, to be honest with you.
I've probably googled it in a different way. That's the problem.
So
Jim, what's saying in like your how much VRAM is your graphics card actually using at the
I
moment?
did read about that. It might not have enough VRAM. How would I see that? I guess in maybe Task Manager.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah.
want to be doing that on stream though.
No, not on stream. No. Need to see
It
how much
should.
VRAM.
A modern laptop that's got a what is it, a 4060 or something?
Well, it ain't gonna show while I'm on stream.
No,
No,
it's
but
got a
there's
3050,
details in
hasn't
there
it?
that you don't want to show on a stream.
It's not gonna show on the stream, is what I'm trying to tell you.
Ah, okay, cool.
Yeah, it ain't gonna show.
No, 'cause he's only showing frames in window in his OBS.
Right.
Yeah, got you.
So it would end up VRAM. Where would I find that at? In there.
If you've got your finger
On the
window
GPU,
open,
you're saying?
yes.
I don't even see where it shows.
I'm trying to think what button you press. Because obviously you're NVIDIA, I'm AMD, so I can press 3 little keys and I can get my VRAM usage up straight away. But if you press left control shift and escape, you'll get your control panel up and it'll tell you what VRAM you're actually using in use on performance.
What's up, Joe? That's just Wi-Fi.
Yeah, you might only be 6 gigabytes of RAM.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you probably got 3050.
Yeah,
which is
that's
coming
what it
out
is.
at-
It's a 3050. It's a RTX 3050 6 gig. So that's what.
So essentially, then.
Yeah.
Because if you press your left control shift and escape, you'll get a control panel opened up on your window, and then you click onto performance, go down to your GPU, and it should tell you how much VRAM you're actually using because you got your game open as well as OBS open.
Do they
So
call
it's
it
going to tell
something
you
different than
everything.
VRAM though? Because that's what I'm saying. It's not. What's VRAM mean? Like the video
VRAM
encode?
is the RAM in the graphics card.
That's your
Video RAM.
GPU RAM.
I'm looking at the performance right now, the NVIDIA GeForce, and all it shows is like the 3D copy, video code, video decode, encode, GPU memory.
On the bottom, on the left hand side at the bottom, it should tell you GPU memory. What's it saying it's
Oh
using?
yeah, 7.4 of 19.3.
It's just quite
So
high.
that
74%.
so that's
So 3/4 of it.
yeah. So
But then he's not got the game open right now. Well, on screen. So as soon as he opens that game on screen, it might hit the roof. It's possible.
so well, his game's still open. Essentially, it's still running in the
I'm-
background. He's still got the tab open. So
Hold on,
right,
I wonder if I could slide this over here. Hold up, I might be able to maybe watch this while I'm playing it. If that
Well, look at this.
if that makes any sense. So while I'm playing it, let's see.
Hang on a minute.
We'll get it sorted for you, mate.
I'm not worried about it. It ain't that big a deal. So as I'm playing it,
Right.
I only got
Hey,
7.5.
I've seen this 2 or 3 times now, right? And I'm just gonna say it. So set the resolution to low.
What you want to do, kid? Go in your graphics card settings, right? Where it says custom, set that to medium and try that.
Just drop it down one setting and see what happens in the graphics settings.
Okay, give me a second. Yeah, I'm playing the game and watching my performance right now. It's still at 7.4 of 19
Okay,
of
yeah.
19.3.
I think from what I'm reading there, it sounds more like a Giants bug than anything, because lots of people have gotten good cards and they're having the exact same issue.
Mm-hmm. All right, so now that
Oh.
we know that that's okay, hold on, let me alt out of that.
Yeah. Get rid of that.
Get rid of
your
that.
control panel. Go into your graphics settings. Go to where it says custom, Cajun, and set that to medium. Click apply, and then see what it looks like in the cam after that.
Settings.
Yo, Joe, how you doing, buddy?
Well, it did say custom a while ago right here, I think, but now it's saying high.
Yeah.
It says high.
Right. Well, you want just put it onto medium, Cajun.
A while ago when I did that, it took a little while to change it, I guess. So now I have it on
Yeah,
medium. There we go. Apply. Back.
Try that. Hopefully.
No. No change. Same
No.
thing.
Try low.
If that don't work, I give up after that. It ain't that big a deal. I can
Just try the low. Try the low, because I've seen like 3 people say that low fixes it. So I'm just telling you what I'm seeing. Even though I don't think I'm on low.
Nope.
It's something else, you know that. I can't remember.
Well, I'll tell you, you know what, Graft? I'll tell you something else as well, mate, right? Within his NVIDIA control panel, yeah, he should be able to change something within that panel, because if you remember when you're told him to click on it to make the actual graphics setting by itself, and you not doing it yourself, it could be something within that, because I never allowed my AMD drivers to make the actual resolution or change of graphic
Ah,
settings
yeah,
itself.
yeah, yeah.
It's, I
Yeah,
think it's
I
something
know what
more
you're
to do
talking
with
about.
that.
It's
Yeah,
the what you call?
it's the settings within the NVIDIA control panel app and not the game. It's
Yeah, yeah,
within
yeah,
that
yeah.
what you
It's
do.
the what's the word they use again? Optimization.
Mm.
Yeah, you need to optimize it by itself.
You can switch optimization off on the see the NVIDIA driver that we got you to install last night
Mm-hmm.
to fix the game. If you go into that app, you'll see that Farming Simulator's in there, and you can switch optimization off. And I'll be honest, most games I've ever played, the optimization is always worse than you can actually make it yourself. I will be honest on that.
I see Farming Simulator in that library. It's in the settings, I guess, of it.
Mm-hmm.
You should have some kind of performance change within the control panel of like a graphics performance setting change or some type of
There'll be a
optimization.
little green button that you can flick, and then it'll unoptimize it, and then Nvidia's not screwing around with it, basically,
Mm.
in essence.
Hmm.
I think it's more due to the fact that about accepting the optimization itself through the control panel. That's what's probably potentially messed it up. Where
Yeah, you could be right. But no,
I'd never learned.
but that's not true because I had the same blurriness issue, and I did something, I changed something, and it fixed the blurriness issue. I don't know what it was. Can't
Yeah,
remember.
I've never had that issue, mate. I mean, I ain't running the best graphics card. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, it's all overclocked and everything else what I've done to it. But deal, you know what I mean?
But look, I'll share my screen right now to you, and if I show you what I'm running on the 1070,
Yeah,
you'll be like, what?
I know, but mine's only now at 580 draft. I know it's a Red Devil fucking card, but
Mm-hmm.
it's, you know, it's not the best, mate.
Mm-hmm.
He's showing me. Definitely, look at this. High. On a 1070.
Yeah, that's what I've got all like pretty much majority of mine on either high or very high on my like and yeah, see the
On a
way
on a 1070, you said?
Yeah.
Are you serious? They
Yeah, I'm right.
it still
I'm rocking
works
the
like that?
Yeah, mate, I've got the old school shit.
Damn.
It's because it's an EVGA. EVGA were
Mm-hmm.
ahead of their game.
yeah, but gauging the thing is with me as well, mate. I'm running a Red Devil RX 580, so it's like from the Red Devil card range, which is probably one of the best to go for with AMD cards,
Mm-hmm.
Red Devil. But I mean, I've got all mine on literally like very high or high custom presets on it all, and it's all overclocked what I've done on it. But there's a way around to sort yours out, mate. There is literally. We'll get that sorted out.
You just need to sit down and play with it. But you're better
Yeah.
off just farming for
Yeah, I'm
like
just
being-
I ain't even worried about it. It's not a game breaking problem.
No.
Far from it, so I ain't worried about it.
No.
So how many PC mods did you download today?
None. I
None?
dude, I really wasn't even on that much. I streamed a little bit earlier.
I think you're killing porkies. 'Cause
Shoot.
I popped in at one point and I seen you with a yellow Lexion.
No, I didn't have no Lexion. I had that was a New Holland. That was a
It looked like a Lexion to me.
that was a New Holland. That was on the last contract I did.
Mm-hmm. I seen that one, Cajun, yeah. I was watching you then, wasn't
Yeah,
That shows how much attention I was paying.
yeah, it was definitely not no Lexian. I know that.
I? Yeah, they knew I wouldn't.
But yeah, I hadn't done any more downloads as far as mods went. The only one I downloaded actually off the actual game itself was that plow. That was it so far.
I've downloaded a nice F450 Platinum Judith. Nice. Proper nice.
Wow, that's a good point. I need to speak to your man.
I got on earlier today thinking I would play for a while. Maybe streamed and played for maybe like 3 hours and got off. I was, plus I knew I wanted to watch the baseball game, so, but I wasn't really into it. I don't know. I was wanting to play, but not wanting to play. I don't know. I was just tired.
Just needing a break. I
Yeah.
think a few people feeling like that today. I
Um,
was like that as well. I had time this afternoon, but instead I did the same as you and I went for a nap.
Shit, just the other day, the day that I went to work, I was home. I only worked for like 4 hours. Came home, and I went and mowed my lawn, and it was hot as hell. I mowed and weed eated. I didn't even change out of my work clothes. I went straight to doing it. AFK will be back. All right, man. But yeah, dude, I literally took a shower after I did all that because the sun had me, bro. And I freaking went to take a shower. As soon as I got out the shower, I laid in my bed and I ended up passing out. I wasn't even planning on it. And then I woke up. It was like 7 o'clock at night, and I looked at my old lady. I said, "That's gonna fucking screw my sleep schedule right there."
More Pepsi.
Shoot, I didn't have any at the time. I wasn't even worried about that, bro. I think I got on that night for a little while, or did I? Did I? Man, I don't even remember what the fuck I did that night, to be honest with you. I know I watched a little TV, which I never really watched TV. Because I was watching the LSU game on YouTube. They had somebody, I don't have cable or anything like that. It's just too damn expensive. So I just watched somebody that streamed it off of ESPN onto it. And after that, that's whenever I kind of, I lounged around for about another 30 minutes, and then I got on here.
Yeah, no, I had people this afternoon call me to fix their car, and I was like, no, fuck you, go for a nap. And then I went to the pub, and I literally 10 minutes of being in the pub, he rolls in with the person who needs the car fixed. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh, the person that wanted you to fix their car was there?
Yeah,
oh,
and
great.
now I've got to bloody go around at fucking 12 o'clock tomorrow and try to fix the car. Anyway.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, the joys of being a mechanic. You don't want to tell people you're a mechanic because they ask all the time, and it's like, you've got a shit heap. Just sell the shit heap and get a decent car. It's not rocket science.
That's like my neighbor across the street. Every now and then he's got something he comes across and asks if I could help him with his truck and this and that, because he sees me doing shit with my truck here and there. I told him one day, I was like, look, man, I'm not a mechanic by any means. I said, but I do know some things that I could do, some things I can't. What's up, Caveman? And
You're okay, man.
And like I told him, I said, dude, to be honest with you, I'll help you as much as I can. But there's not a lot of things if I can't do it, I'll let you know, man, because I'm not even gonna try. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, I do what I can to help them, but
you are a mechanic, man.
Well,
that's what a good mechanic does. No, here, look, this is out of my league. I'm not touching this.
Oh yeah, I know that.
The idiot mechanics are like, yeah, I'll pull this apart and throw it all over here and screw it right up.
Yeah.
The amount of jobs I've had pulled into me, Cajun, right? And they're in bits, and you're just like, when you see this, you're pulling this car into me, and it's already in. No, I really don't even want to touch it. I'm about that close to telling you to take it right back out the door.
Exactly.
because it just turns into headaches. You're fixing other people's fuck ups, and never fun.
I really couldn't believe one day that dude comes across the street. Well, actually, with his truck. He drove his truck from across the street to my house in my driveway. And I'm just sitting outside smoking a cigarette. In my mind, I didn't say nothing, but in my mind, I'm like, what the fuck does he want now? You know what I'm saying? And so he comes out, he's like, hey man, he says, you mind giving me a hand with it? Like, he was already popping his hood and shit right there in my driveway. So it's like, so obviously I don't have no way to say no. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, are you asking me or are you telling me? Which one is it? I don't know, you know? And so, I go out there and he's like, well, I'm trying to put, like, you know how they got those little leaks cans for Freon? And he's like,
so in the radiator.
yeah, well, not in the radiator, but for like your air conditioner, where you hook it up to your fucking, your high and your low end hoses. You put some Freon in it and it blows cooler. Well, he's got one of those cans that you just buy at like Walmart and shit. Comes over and he's like, man, he's like, I tried to get it on there and I can't get it on there. And I'm sitting there like, dude, are you seriously coming over here about that with that shit? Like, did you try? Because it's not that fucking hard. It's a literal snap on. Like, it's a cap. You undo the cap and it snaps the fuck on. Like, what are you talking about? You can't get it? I'm sitting there like, dude. And the only reason I'm thinking that is because the guy's as tall as I am. You know what I'm saying? So I know he could fucking reach it. I'm like, I know you just, you know, I know he's a little older, but he ain't that fucking old. But I helped him. I put it on there and
wasted his fucking time.
But it wasn't. It didn't fix it.
Those cans aren't worth it. Like, you get that, like, okay, right, see if you're in a really tight bind, right, and your radiator's got a hole in it, right, throw some of that radiator sealant in it. But it's really giantly useless. It might last for a wee while, but it'll get you a bit further down the road. You're stuck in the middle, that's what I'm saying, you're stuck in the middle of nowhere. Might work for a little bit, and sort of, I've seen some of it work for quite a while.
Well, the problem,
they literally, these days, Cajun, they literally try to sell you everything in a tin.
Oh yeah.
Fix everything, and it's like, yeah, it's useless.
Yeah. Well, the guy, like I said, the guy put it in there, and I could tell him what the problem was immediately because it's got a gauge on it, right? And his gauge, his Freon was in the green. So I was trying to tell him, I was like, dude, you're not low on Freon. You have plenty enough Freon. The problem is that your compressor obviously isn't kicking on. You know, you might have a bad compressor. You could have a bad freaking
relay.
You could have
all sorts.
Yeah, I said you could have a bad fucking belt for all we know. I don't know, bro. You know what I'm saying? But obviously, it's not because it's low on Freon. You don't have a Freon leak. I could tell you that.
Relay.
So
probably a relay. It's always electrical. With the new vehicles, electrical. Like,
Nine times out of 10, it's always to do with electric, no matter what. Always.
and the thing is, a lot of people don't realise, right? You try to diagnose that electrical stuff, and it's like, you've got about 10 or, depending on the relay, you've usually got 1 or 2 minimum relays that are used for other things that you can use quickly to swap round and test to see if it's working, you know, you swap the relay. Okay, that relay's broken. It's just, yeah. But yeah, the cars have got way too electric. It's bonkers.
well, his truck is actually the same year model as mine. I got a 09, so it's not that new. I mean, it's newer, but it ain't that new. But like I told him, I said, usually, because when he had it over at the house, like I wasn't even hearing his compressor kicking on, you know?
Yeah.
So that, what I was thinking, it's his compressor. That's one of the things I basically told him, which nobody likes to hear that because that's pretty expensive to fucking change, unless you know what you're doing yourself, you know? But like I told him, I said, dude, I said, your compressor isn't even kicking on. Like you don't even hear it like snap on. Like it'll, you know how it'll do like that little ping, and your air conditioner kicks on, and then it'll do like a little like it'll lose a little power, but it'll kick off, right? And I'm like,
But that's it. That you just said it right there, Cajun, right? See if the compressor is going to come on, you should hear the relay go click first,
mm-hmm,
Hear like a click of the finger,
mm-hmm.
and then after that,
Well, it
you'll
wasn't
then
doing
hear.
none of that. That's what I told him.
It's
I s-
probably a relay, simple little tiny
Yep.
relay.
Yep. Essentially, a
Don't-
big fuse. Essentially.
Yeah. If you don't hear the click, then yeah, you know the relays don't work.
mm-hmm.
Yep. Fucking
Right.
cars, man.
Cars.
Mm.
I can
Full
tell
of
you.
electric.
I can tell you one thing. Where we live at, dude, as hot as it gets, you want those damn ACs to work. I can promise you. Either that, or you could be riding around with those little bitty freaking fans you could plug into like a cigarette lighter, just to blow air in your
I-
face.
Actually,
I
the car
would-
that I'm using at the moment is actually the airco. Like before the last time me and the missus were on a trip, all of a sudden it was just like we're just driving along, and all of a sudden I was like, "Fucking, why is it so warm in here?"
It wasn't
Like,
blowing
what's
cool.
going on? Yeah, well, it's blowing cool, but it's not blowing cool.
Cold. Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like,
That's
What
kind of
the
how
fuck?
my truck does right now. It's not blowing like it used to. Dude, when I first bought that truck, man, I don't care how hot it got outside. I used to be able to leave it on the lowest blow speed and it would still be comfortable. And now I got to put that thing on high blowing speed just to feel like a coolness of the air. I'm not saying it don't have like any kind of cool, but it's not like a freaking AC supposed to blow.
yeah.
Yeah, you probably got an aircon pipe blocked or a bit of its system if you haven't refreshed
Nah,
it.
Yeah, that's what I'm
it's probably
saying. I
gas.
haven't messed with it.
Probably, I would say it's gas myself.
Mm. You need to regas them and stuff like that.
If you've not got enough gas in them, then yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what
Yeah, they mess up.
I'm
But
gonna
it becomes
one
so
day.
easy these days. You buy these little cans and you just go screw the thing on and go.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's all I'd have to do is recharge it, I think, hopefully.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
because I mean, dude, I've had that truck since 2009, beginning of 2009, and I've never messed with it since. And,
But that's it.
I'm
That's
sh-
it as well because it's the pipe work that's there. It could just be like a tiny little fracture in a
mm-hmm,
weld.
Yeah.
yeah.
Because the pipes get cold, they fracture, you know, and it could just be the tiniest little crack in in a pipe. Oh yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna try regas mine as well, and hopefully, fingers crossed. But
Well, at that point, if that happens, bro, I'll go buy some of that shit. You could cut the compounds you could mix that turn to metal. If I could find where that leaks at, I'm gonna put that that putty. I'll putty the whole fucking line. Me, boy, that motherfucker be ready to go.
no
No more leaks. Yeah.
Fucking hell. Yeah.
There's always a
That-
That
fix.
pipe will be. Yeah.
That's why I like
So-
it. That's why I like a shit banger, as I would call it. Just a cheap help. Because my car at the moment, my runabout is the shit banger. It's just the cheapy Dacia. Fucking throw it in the trash. Couldn't give a toss about it.
Right.
You get something nice and you're like, you gotta look after it.
Oh, yeah.
And something like that happens, you're like, oh, I've got to spend the money on it. Dacia, you're like, no, fucking, you can run it till it fucking falls out.
Yeah.
Till engine falls out at fucking thing, then just scrap the bastard.
It's been a bloody good car though, LPG as well. Only
Yeah.
$8,000.
Not too
Can't
bad.
complain that, but it is a rental technically. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not.
Yeah,
a
it
big
is.
fan.
Yeah. No, I was just gonna say that I'm surprised you're driving that Grafter.
Here,
Tell
if
you,
it's cheap,
mate.
here, if it's cheap enough, I'll drive anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking hell.
Might as well.
Yeah, I like my diesel cars me more. I do love my diesels. Low end torque, fucking lovely.
I've got no qualms in a daily banger, as I would call it.
Oh yeah.
Just drive it into the guy, you know.
Yep.
The amount of years I did that whole, you know, you pay 500, you go look around and you pay that $500, and you buy some little cheapy, rusty, nasty bucket of crap for $500. You just limp it through the year, and then after that, like, send it to the scrappy.
Well, limp it till it's end at MOT and then scrap the bastard.
Exactly. Well, until
Big
until I
cloud.
found until I found the guy who would do the MOTs.
Yeah. I've got a few of them guys.
Awesome.
That's no bother, that one.
But then you've got the nice cars, and you've got like the fancy Hondas that pimp out and I put rebuilt engines in and everything. And that's like a whole different kettle of fish.
Oh
You
yeah.
look after that because it's like your pride and joy, you know.
Yep. You still have a fuck out of it though. It's an under.
Aye, well, that's in my nature.
Telling you. That's it. Red wine the bastard for every gear, man. 2 right.
If it's not making that noise, I'm not happy.
No, definitely not.
I remember my first car I got when I was, well, my second car I got when I was 18. And it was a Honda, and honestly, it didn't have a tape player or a radio player, but I couldn't give two shits because it screamed like it could take on an army. Loved it.
Yeah.
That's it. When you got a good sounding engine, you don't need no tape player, a CD player, or radio.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
You're lucky, Cajun, over there, because you get all the V8s. That stuff's like.
Well, that's what I got. Fuck. Ever since I got a
like,
V8, I don't think I'd ever go to like a V6 or anything again. I mean, I did. Don't get me wrong. I mean, with the gas prices and everything, you know, a 4-cylinder isn't bad for gas mileage and shit. It's cheap, you know. But I mean,
nah. For me, you want reliability.
oh
You
yeah.
want the V6. You want the V6. Those Merc V6s are just like they're almost bulletproof.
yeah.
But then you want that sexy sound and that power. You want a V8.
Oh yeah. Well, you ought to hear a V8 whenever it's just straight piped and no fucking muffler, bro. That's fucking.
Oh,
That thing is nice. I mean, I don't have it on like that on my truck, but man, my brother, he used to have a Chevy 5.3 V8, man, and he had that thing with some glass packs. Bro, the thing was fucking nice.
You need to get yourself a cut-off pipe. You know what a cut-off pipe is?
I mean, like what, like half a pipe?
No. So basically, what they do is they take, they chop a little section just before the cat and all that in
The Cadillac
stock
converter?
exhaust. Yeah, before all the stuff that reduces your
Yeah,
pressure.
yeah.
Sorry, it doesn't reduce your back pressure.
hmm
Sorry, I'm not thinking right now. But yeah, they cut it just before there, so you basically create it's a valve, it's a Y branch,
hmm
and you can flick a switch in the truck, and all of a sudden you go from stock exhaust to madman exhaust.
I think there's a few
Well, you know
people
what I'll
that's
do,
done
though?
that around here.
You know what I do there though? I just get the cat off me, mate, knock the bastard out, open it up, seal it back up, job's done. There
No,
you go.
but here,
There you go.
look,
That's
I
what I
get it.
do.
I've done that so many times, right, with cars. And the thing is, you drive into some neighbourhoods, people are like, Jesus Christ, what are you trying to do to our neighbourhood? It's like, you're blowing it up with the amount of noise that you're kicking out of the car. And that's where it's nice to have that option to just flick a switch and you go into silent mode.
hmm
Nah, with a diesel car though, that's what I've done. always
You can
fucking
do that with you can do it with the diesels as well.
Yeah,
You can
I've
do
always
the same
decatted
thing.
them.
Yeah, but you're literally, you keep the stock exhaust, but then you
Yeah,
literally
that's what
have
I've done.
a side pipe which comes out on the other branch, and you flick a switch and you go from madman
Yeah.
to polite.
Yeah,
Guy.
Valtronic exhaust essentially.
Yeah,
Basically, a Valtronic exhaust system
yeah, exactly.
just cuts the noise by half, and then when you open it up, you got your full noise.
Shit, man, they got a bunch of people
Wait.
over here with some diesels that have like a tip on the end of their muffler that look the size of a 5-gallon bucket.
Yeah, yeah, I've seen them. Yeah, I've seen them all now and then, Duramaxes and all that stuff. Like,
Mm-hmm.
seen them all. There's loads of them when I watch on YouTube and that. Fucking crazy.
Rolling coal,
Same.
baby.
Oh, I can't go around rolling that coal. I'm telling you.
They got
Especially
so
when you
many.
got a nice
They
big
got so
turbo.
many people that delete that damn frickin' def shit when they get a diesel. It's crazy. Still blowing all kinds of coal everywhere.
Oh,
But
yeah.
that's it. The beauty with that def delete is you don't even need to take anything out.
No,
You
yeah.
literally just you walk in, get it remapped. Hey presto.
A lot of people
Job
just
done.
around here. A lot of people just go and get like a programmer that just fucking changes everything in their computer, and then it's over
Yeah,
with.
yeah, that's it. I was doing that, just starting to do that stuff before I left Scotland, and it's very simple, very very simple. Most of those guys aren't even programming it; they're just getting guys to give them the program, and then it's like installing a program on a computer, essentially. At the end of the day.
Yeah, a lot of places around here, you could order the shit online. It's already programmed inside of it. Once you just plug up, it's like a plug and play type thing with like 3 or 4 different mode settings where you could do like fuel economy, all this shit, and it's just a press
Yeah,
of a
well, that's
button. You know?
That's what I was just starting to offer. It was, you had the economy remap, you had the stage 2, and you had the stage 3.
Mm-hmm.
Economy remap is stage 1, but but all that stuff's a pinch of salt because everyone says, "Oh, what remap have you got? Stage 1, stage 2, stage 3." You can't actually categorize it by stage 1, stage 2, stage 3 because different mappers, different protocols, different, you know.
Right.
So the stage 1, stage 2, stage 3 thing is a bit of a joke, in my opinion.
See, in my truck, I bought a see, my 5.3 actually has this BS crap that it had where it would go from like 8 cylinders to 4 cylinders on the highway, supposedly to save mileage, blah blah blah. And I went and ordered this fucking thing called Range Technology from online, and all it does is you hook it into your ODB, and it automatically tells your computer on your truck to just stay in 8 cylinders at all times. Like, it never switches. So it's just, it's so much better, man. Instead of having 4 always cutting off and on, and I just keep it in 8 and let it rock, you know?
Yeah, makes sense.
I mean, what's the point of buying an 8-cylinder if you're going to have a truck that's going to do that? You know what I mean? Like, it's pointless.
But it's the same as these, like, start-stop bloody cars. It's like, oh, you're saving some petrol when you sit at the traffic lights for a whole bloody 2 seconds. It's you're actually probably technically a lot of the time using more fuel because it takes more fuel to start the engine than it does to knock it off.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and then the alternator costs about, sorry, not the alternator, starter costs about 4 times or 5 times the price
of a regular one.
It's like, it's just stupidity.
That's like my dad just bought him a new Dodge a while back, and he's got all that shit, like the little on-off. But, like, there's a button he could push, The problem is when you start your truck, you always have to push the button off.
Oh yeah, I know.
So that's
It's
what
fucking annoying.
I told my
It's
dad. I
bloody
was like,
stupid.
you better never leave that fucker on, because I'm telling you, man, you definitely don't want to have to pay to fix that if something goes wrong. Fuck, it's
No.
probably gonna suck if you got to pay to fix the on-off button if that stops working to turn it off. I said that's
Yeah.
probably a pain in the ass to fucking. That's probably an arm and a leg and a pain in the ass to fix.
You're probably just best off figuring out how to fucking take the switch out and
Right.
short it, wire it so that it
Doesn't do
constantly
it at
off.
all. Yeah. You would think
But it
there's
does
a
have a
you would think there's a relay, like you said, for that, or even like a fuse that just controls
Well,
that though.
the switch technically is a relay, so
Yeah.
You can just delete it. You can delete it out through the ECU. You can delete all that stuff out completely.
yeah.
Just
So,
reprogram it on.
Mm-hmm. But I told my dad, I said, bro, you definitely don't want to forget that thing on. I'm not saying it's going to happen anytime soon because it's newer, right? I said, but when it does happen later on, if it does happen, you ain't gonna be happy, because
oh no.
it's not gonna happen while you have a warranty on it. That's not gonna happen. You already know that.
I don't know. These days, that's actually quite common. I've replaced a lot of stuff under warranty, but at the same time, the stuff that wasn't under warranty, like Volvos and all sorts, Volkswagens, you name it, I've done loads of it.
Mm-hmm.
The faces on the people when you tell them how much that starter's costing, because it's a stop-start
Oh
starter.
yeah.
They're literally the faces just drop because of the price. They're like, yeah, how much? Because
Mm-hmm.
I know a starter used to cost you what, 100, like top end starter, $300.
Mm-hmm.
Now starters are going from like 300 all the way to $900 for the starter.
Mm-hmm.
Bonkers, man. It's just stupid money for something that's. Bring back the old dump truck crank handle, you just stick the handle in the front of the engine and crank her up.
Yeah. Exactly. Well,
$900 for a starter. It's
that's
ridiculous.
yeah, that's dumb, man. For another $2,000, you could go buy you a secondhand car.
I could buy 2 second-hand cars for that.
Right. Right.
They may
Well,
not last that long, but here they'll
well,
get
at
you from
least
A to B.
they'll won't have that problem at that point.
Exactly.
Fuck. But look, man, I'm about to get off of here, guys. I'm fucking beat. I'm gonna go and fucking hit the sack. So I want to go get something to eat before I lay down. So I will catch you
Cool, man.
guys later. Everybody in the stream, peace.